Okay, welcome to another Lama Live, again from the car, from country Victoria. We're heading over to the Tour Down Under. How you doing, Von?
Great, I'm trucking.
You trucking?
Yeah.
Excellent, good trucking. The weather is really, really nice now. The sun's out, it's now 25 degrees. Have a look at this before. This was just out of Melbourne. It was a little bit different to now. In the Subaru here, it had the traction control kick in, and then the car got a bit skatey.
All the safety features were engaged.
Yeah. Thank God for computers. Thank science for computers, because they kept us in a straight line with some really, really dicey conditions there. But in summer we get some awesome storms. But that was more just a rainstorm, I think.
Yeah.
But the forecast for this week is looking really, really good. And for the Tour Down Under, it's going to be super, super hot, up to 38 degrees, I think, for the riders. And then out of town, it's going to be even hotter. So looking forward to getting over there. Before we discuss any more of that, let's wrap up the Australian national road titles that were last Sunday. We've already done a discussion with Slane just after the Fondo. And Von, you did the Fondo as well?
Yes.
Now, the following Sunday was the Women's Pro Race, or Open Championships, and the men's race as well. How'd you find the women's race, Von?
It was great. We made it just in time for the start to see them roll out, and it was on from the first lap. There were riders just absolutely hammering it up the hill for the first time round. So it made for a big, long, strong day out for all riders. Rolling pole. Who's that in the front? QAS.
Yep, no, it was a good watch there. That course just makes for such good viewing. The lap's only 10Ks, as we've seen with my lap of the course video.
Yeah.
So it's a short lap, so you get to see what's going on. There's not enough, but there are a few spots around the course where you can hear the commentary of what's going on. I'd like it to be all over the course so that the spectators can see what's going on the whole way. But we had the live commentary team there, and during the men's race we had the live stream. It's just a pity the women's stuff wasn't streamed as well. Can of worms right there.
Yeah.
Maybe one day soon we'll get the women on equal footing with the men for the coverage on the day. There is a wrap-up show, but I think the racing is so good in the women's peloton that it needs to be covered live, even if online only, rather than even on telly. But just the resources are already there. Anyway, as I said, can of worms. Let's leave it there. But really good racing. Von, your thought on the end? We had two Orica Scott riders away. As predicted.
Yeah,
well, not
they
really
did dominate
they
the
had
race.
the numbers.
They absolutely did.
Spready and Garfoot had a clear win, or a clear lead for the win.
Yeah.
Any collusion there of who to get the win, you'd think? Or was there agreements? Was there a bit of
I don't know. I was standing at the feed zone just outside of Orica on that last lap, and I could hear them all, from the van yelling them to work together for this last lap. That I didn't hear much more other than that. So whether or not they took it to the line to decide and fight it out between themselves, or did they already have a plan?
Were they working together, or did they actually fight it out? What are your thoughts?
Well, they definitely worked together up the hill, for sure. And then to the line, I reckon that Garfoot took it to the line. She pulled it over on Spready.
Give me your position. Did she ask her for the win?
No.
You're saying they fought it out. They fought it out on head to head.
Okay. And she won it.
Okay, good. I just wanted to clear that, because you were standing on the fence there, you were dancing around on the pedals there.
Well,
so you reckon they went head to head, and it was a true, honest race?
I think
like
so.
An old school clubby. Yeah? Club race.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought as well. It looked like they dominated to get that, to lock it in, to guarantee that win between the two of them. And then I think they took it to the line themselves. They're head-to-head. Best rider wins.
Yeah.
The best way to say it. Yeah. Cool.
So it was hard to tell, though. So that's seeing it on the replay.
There's some theatre there as well. We all remember, was it, who was it won the World Road Champs? Was it Vinokurov, I think, who won the Road World Champs? And I think there was a bit of discussion there. And there was the worst acting I've ever seen in a pro race. The rider then, there was discussion. I think it was Vino. God, I'm hoping I got it right. I hope I got the right.
Vino.
It was Vino. Yep. Oh no, it was the Olympic road race. I think it might have been the Olympics rather than the Worlds. I'm not sure if Vino actually had the Worlds, so it would have been the Olympics. Anyway, story goes, what we saw is there was, Vino and another guy away, and there was a bit of discussion, and the guy looks around the other way really slowly, and then responds so slowly back, and Vino's up the road.
To take the Olympic win.
To take the win. I'm like, oh, come on, we all spotted it. But it was good theatre, and it's sport, which is entertainment. Some really great scenery here. I'm hoping the wide shot's getting that. That's really pretty out here. So for the men's race, we hung around for that. The weather got pretty hot.
It got scorching.
So the men's race, quite a big field. We have pros, we have semi-pros, and we have the amateurs. And it's a race of nutrition, I think I heard someone call it. A race of nutrition. Attrition, play on words. It was really interesting. So there's always breaks hovering at around the 3 to 4 minute mark, and it can go either way with that. They can blow out to 8 minutes, and it's almost day over for everyone. Well, most of the time, if the break does go out to 8 minutes on that course, by the time the chase is hitting the bottom of the hill, the break's always up, always down the hill. So that gap, it's so super hard to close that down. So I don't think the break got out to any more than 4 minutes or so. Look, near the end there, we had Matty Clark go off for a bit of a flyer, get some airtime. He did well, brought back in, and then it's just things pinging off the front. So when the guys come to the front of the race near the end there, you can see really the cream of the crop rise. It's just unbelievable what those guys can do after that many hours of racing. We saw Canty go off at 2 laps to go. And just pulled up a little bit short.
What did you think of Caleb being in that break?
Oh, I thought he had it won.
Yeah?
He was looking confident and looking really comfy in the break up the hill. I'm like, well, he's not going to make the same mistake as last time, where Hausler rolled him for the win. He got spat then. Once the guy started lighting it up and started pinging off the front, then we had Durbo just absolutely chasing everything that moved off the front. And the last lap. If you haven't seen the race, I'll give away who won, but go watch the replay of the last lap. It is brilliant. We don't know who's going to win. You don't know what cards are going to play. There's Gero in the bunch and Hassie, so those guys have got some good kicks at the end of long stages.
Yeah.
I had my money on Gero and Hassie going head to head. What happens? Scottson, out of nowhere, he backed off the bunch, so I don't even think they really knew he was there or as a contender. He was right on the back of about 8 or 9 guys, I think. Don't quote me on that, but watch the replay. He comes from the back, winds it up, and by the time anyone knows he was going for it at about 1.2k to go, the speed differential was probably 10k an hour.
Yeah. And
you can't close that gap. They tried, couldn't get near him. And as a world pursuiter, or a world champion level pursuiter, they couldn't touch it. Gero should have probably been more attentive to watch something spinning off like that, because
he was relying too much on Durbo.
I think so. And I mean, there were a few other guys who would have wanted to take it to a sprint as well and try their cards. So anyway, brilliant to watch. Have a watch the last, and the young kid who won it, it gave me goosebumps just watching it. It was so good. So much so that we're watching at the big screen there, right in the finish.
It was full on.
And this old boy comes up to us and goes, "New blood! New blood! New blood!" And we're like, oh, he's a bit of a, what's going on? Yeah. But he's like, "I wanted to see Simon Gerrans win it, but new blood, this is good." And what he was referring to is the new generation coming through. And people were falling over themselves, literally, to go and see the winner. I did get some footage of famous race director John Trevorrow heading over to congratulate Scottson, and he takes a bit of a tumble. He gets up and he was okay, he brushed himself off, and he's like, "God, I hope no one caught that on camera." I did. So we've all seen it now. Anyway, great day out, super hot, just a good day on the hill. It always is in Ballarat, so let's see where they're going to hold it next year, and we'll be back. But really good, and a lot of eyes on it from all around the world. I mean, there were people covering this race all over the world, because I think it's the only pro race on at the moment, apart from the cyclocross nationals or cyclocross champs that have been on. But road racing in hot weather, it's really good to be able to bring that to everyone else around the world who may be like 6 foot under in snow. So, good time. So after that, we were home in Melbourne for half a day. Then we were both up in Sydney. Again, more travel. We love just getting out and moving around a bit. So up in Sydney, spent a few days there. Dropped into AthleteLab. I didn't take my bike up, but I did take my pedals. Now, a couple of months ago, if people have been watching the channel for a while, a couple of months ago, I dropped into AthleteLab. I know the guys there quite well, and discussed, how is Zwift on iOS going to change things for them? And we were talking about, it's going to allow people to bring in their iPads or iPhones and just do their sessions in their Zwift sessions there without having to haul in a computer. And that's exactly what I did, and it worked perfectly. So it's good to be able to have tech that I've talked about and we've theorised about how it could be used to walk in there, get the pedals on the bike, which are Bluetooth, and do my sesh. So super cool. But it's also the same theory with treadmills at a gym. We walked through the gym at the hotel we're at, and there are about probably 10 people running on the treadmills using the little screens with not much on them. And I'm like, oh, imagine if they all had Zwift on there and running around an island. Though I think there's still some hurdles there about having an account, logging in, pairing a set. People just want to get on and run. So the technical barriers, which has been discussed in the latest Zwiftcast, which we just listened to. I'll link to the Zwiftcast below as well. I'm one of the panelists on there, I guess you'd call it.
When's the next one?
The next one will be recorded at the Tour Down Under.
Fantastic.
So I've got to find some bandwidth and find some time to have a chat about what's up this week in the world of Zwift or online riding and inline skating. Imagine if they did Z-Power skating. So then we're back in Melbourne, and my Kicker 16 has finally arrived. So I went and picked that up, I unboxed it, I talked about it, I jumped on and filmed it and rode it, and I've got a video upcoming on that. Quite interesting, and Von was quite happy to see it. Von's a big fan of the Kicker. Von?
Love the Kicker.
Love the Kicker. So I think I've lost ownership of the Kicker 16 already. So Von wants to go on it. Just an initial observation straight away. I don't think it was very much quieter at all. Did you find it quieter?
No, it seemed about the same.
Yeah, I didn't find... One of the things they're claiming is it's a lot quieter. But for me, for the unit that I had, the initial ride, it's still the same. Look, it's not obnoxious, but and there's that Kicker sound, but it's not as if I jumped on and went, oh, this is more Neo than Kick. No, it was still quite noisy in comparison. You know, it wasn't as quiet as I expected anyway. But it held up really well. I'll discuss more about that soon. And did I break more things indoors? Stay tuned on that. There's a teaser. Also this week, now this was pretty cool, I've had Pro Bike Kit approach me. They're doing some promo around the Tour Down Under. Great. They've got some kits for every day of the stages over there or something like that in conjunction with Santini. But they've seen the channel and they've approached me asking, what can we do with you on the channel? Is there anything that, that I can ask of them? And I said, look, well, for me, it's not about sort of giving me goods to review. There's reviews of kit everywhere and things like that. I said, can you give me a discount code for everyone who watches? And that gives back to people a monetary value for people who watch. So if you're going to buy a chain or cleats or something in the next couple of days up until about the 5th of Feb 2017, discount code LAMA10, LAMA10. I don't know why I counted those, but LAMA10 will give you 10% off store-wide up to about $40 or £20 or something like that. Anyway, I'll put the discount code below. Feel free to use that, share that. It's just a few dollars off anyway. So if you're going to buy some stuff for a bike, bar tape, just a little stuff that you're going to buy.
Could be anything.
Anything on store. They did have some 4i power meters. And
Nice.
I'm this close to actually pulling the trigger on buying a power meter using my own discount code. I think that's allowed. Anyway, if you get a few dollars off, awesome. And thanks Pro Bike Kit for that. That's pretty cool. Alrighty, up next. So today, and filming today, which is on a Friday, I uploaded my Christmas Day behind the car motorpace session. It was kind of funny. You may have seen the video on another. I've used it as a background screensaver on another one of my videos, and I just sort of stopped as I was editing the video and went, that looks really cool. Just having the scenery flow past on the screen. And I left it there for a few hours just looping, and I went, you know what? I don't want to copy this file around to all the computers I want to play this on. So I thought, well, I'll upload the whole thing to YouTube and call it a screensaver.
Okay.
And it's worked really well. It ended up being a 12 gig file.
Oh, no wonder it took so long to upload.
Yeah, I know. In Australia, that was 26 hours to upload. So you feel the pain with that. But now I've got a copy of that to just load up anywhere. Or if you're in a bike store, you can just set that to loop. It's just Australia. It's the scenery you're seeing on the side of the screen here. It's just the hot summer sun and someone riding a bike. It's not sort of, hey, look at me, I'm riding a bike super fast behind a car. It's just the seat. I don't know, there's just something about it.
Editorial at all.
It's just, there's no talking. There might have been up or down, but it's just riding a bike. And it's back to basics. And it's really cool to be able to use the channel for that. The feedback on that, again, I feel the different things I upload. I'm not quite sure on how it's going to go. If I uploaded my how to hack channel or, how to do security stuff that I do for my other life, it's not the right lane to be in for this channel. So, and I'm still a bit wary of that with other content that isn't either discussions or how-tos or tutorials or tech. But that's worked really well. So I really appreciate people who do watch, even these Lama lives. I do appreciate people who watch that and give me some feedback. Anyway, that's done really well today, and people are watching it. Actually, someone sent me a video in saying it's raining here, and what a good way to spend an afternoon. They're working away on their computer, and they've got the just that scenery flowing in the background on the big screen. It looks super cool, and that was just a really good day out.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to share that with everyone.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching that, and thanks for tolerating the different things I'm doing with the channel. I really appreciate it. So we're just pulling into Horsham now, so we'll keep it short and sharp for the last bit. Tour Down Under, we're there the whole week. It's almost a mini Eurobike because there's a bit of a lull, I guess, in cycling in the rest of the world. But Australia, it's huge. I mean, this month of cycling has just been crazy, and and we're only halfway through. The Athlete Village itself at the Tour Down Under is effectively a trade show. The kit guys from Kika were there, from Wahoo. We have demonstrations of some indoor cycling products, not necessarily Zwift, but there's just tech there, and all the pro teams are all in one spot. So I've got a few meetings lined up this week. It's a mini Eurobike. So it's going to be really cool. Ray Maker's even over for it just to check out all the tech. So maybe
cool.
we cross paths with Ray. We'll see how many head units he can have on his bike. I've got 3. I don't think I'll be running them all at once though.
Squad goals.
And I've got a little band. I'm sure Ray's probably got 10 of them up his arm as well. But I'm sort of testing out this little thing now, which is Bluetooth. More on that in another video. So Von, what are you up to for the week?
Well, on the way into town, we're driving in past the Santos Women's Tour Stage 1. So we're going to check in and see what the ladies are up to. And then once we get started in for the tour, we've got 3 days of riding planned out. I'm going to be a ride leader for Flight Centre,
yep.
And they are hosting rides from the Tour Village at the cafe on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
yep.
Starting 6:30 on the Tuesday, and Wednesday, Thursday starting 7:30.
So all the details on their Facebook page?
Absolutely.
Cool. Okay,
yeah.
I'll link below. But if you're in Adelaide, feel free to ping Von or I for more info if you can't find it on their Facebook page.
Yeah, they should be pretty cruisy, casual rides. These aren't training sessions at all.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, and then in between times, just hanging out, drinking
Absolutely.
coffee.
This is my 1 week of annual leave that I'll get to use, so
Awesome.
I'm going to live it up.
Awesome. For me, I'm on my own training schedule at the moment, so it's lots of secret training. So I'll be out sneaking around the hills, trying to be stealthy. What else have we got going on? We've got the Zwift night on Friday night.
Yeah, social night.
I think there's 130 people signed up for that already.
Hello.
That's going to be nuts. That's at Ergo AU. Again, details below. If you're looking at attending, let me know. If you can't find the details, we'll point you in the right direction.
Yeah.
I'm happy to go there. I think the drinks are on Zwift that night, so get in early, because 130 people, I don't drink. So someone else can have mine. Someone get tabs on my tab. But I'll be around the Athlete Village quite a lot as well. As I said before, it's a trade show. It's I think they have demo bikes there as well. There's, I Specialized were there last year. There's giant bikes.
There's lots of organised rides. I think Zwift are organising a few rides.
Yep.
So there's details on a Facebook page for that.
A few bunchies. But also follow the official Tour Down Under. I think it's the Santos Tour Down Under. The official Twitter account, the official Instagram account. Just get into it. If you're locked away in the cold, wet and northern hemisphere, jump on board, even if it's only for the week. Just follow all the accounts and follow along for the ride. We'll leave it there for now. Oh, and just of note, we're on the course that I'm actually training for the next event on right now. And here's the place I proposed to you right there on course. More on that in another video. We've got some cool footage about when I proposed to Von mid-race. All right, we'll leave it there. We shall see you in Adelaide, if not before. Von, we'll see you soon.
See you in Adelaide.
Woo!